All right. Yeah. All right. This camera look crooked.
Yeah.
So,
I'm still waiting for this one to come on.
yeah, they take this ticket. Cool. Subscribe. We got a comment board on David One working.
Yep. I guess we can start.
Oops. Bear with us a few moments, Haki.
Yeah, that looks good.
That's better.
I'm not sure what's going on over here.
I'll be joining you in a hot moment. Open. Yeah, that'll be the audio tab. You know what it is? Probably they're not letting it go through because of the title. Yeah, it was the title.
There was the devils.
The world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
Yeah, that was all right. Audio's working good. First and foremost, Kal Halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rechal Kodash Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai Shalom. Double honor to Els of GMS Great Millstone. Shalom. Shalom to elect of this whole tribes for scattered abroad. Greetings to call ourselves the hopeful elect. Why? Because we don't know who the elect are in these times, so we call ourselves the hopeful elect. Put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Pursuing the Colossians chapter 3. By faith we believe we are the elect. We don't know who the elect are. Brother, the camera's showing.
Okay.
This disables it. This enables it.
Gotcha.
So right now the camera's showing. Let me get this one. The audio test was from Robert Oppenheim. You know, he was dismissed in the book of Isaiah. Going to the Manhattan Project to what? To create the atomic bomb. And the Most High wetted Deuteronomy 32 to create what? You know, to get that glittering sword wet. WHET to sharpen it to the hypersonic missile nuclear weapons. All right. So, well, let's get into the topic. His lesson is what? Jeremiah chapter 30, verses 7, Jacob's trouble. So this thing came up. Chinese army tests human unmanned rockets in urban warfare drill. Chinese army tests what? Human unmanned, which means what? These are robots they're using. They're using a robot, like the episode from SpongeBob. Tactics in urban warfare drills. They're showcasing them to what? To see if it can be used for military purposes. Let me get it on screen right here. Oh my goodness.
突破外围防御体系是进攻作战中最难的，也是伤亡最大的。我们用这些廉价的无人装备开路，高的呢用飞机炸，矮的呢无人车上，重的用种子去轰，减少人员伤亡的同时，还能实现组合破绽。
I'll put in the thing for David so people can see it. But as you see here, brother, what precept comes up?
Jeremiah 30 and verse 7 came to go to mind real quick.
Bro, let's go back and bring it out. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Bring it out.
Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
You can break it down, brother.
Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It's even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Jacob's trouble, the time that Jacob is going to be in trouble. Now, as you can see on the screen with what we just showed, with what the Moabites, which is China, was testing with their robots how to use weapons and military drills. Obviously, that is into Jacob's trouble, because what is that used for? That's not going to be self-defense for the Moabites to use that in their armies. That's going to be used against us to hunt us down, to kill us in the streets with robots, merciless automatons, no mercy. Just go out there, kill them down, shoot them down, and move to the next. But he shall be saved out of it. The elect shall be saved out of it. But the 2/3 will not. The 2/3 will be destroyed.
Okay. Get that one in Psalm 83. They are from the Confederate.
All right, let me get it over here.
So back to Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great. What day is that? That is a time of what? Jacob, which is the symbolic name for the true children of Israel, being what? Being in trouble, so that none is like it. Nothing like this has ever been seen in the entire history of what? Mankind, nor shall there ever be. When it's crescendo, then chapter 12, verse 1 goes into that. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. We are in the time of Jacob's trouble now, but as the scriptures speak about in the book of Isaiah, so shall my word go forth out, it shall not return to me void. It shall water and not return thither, but bring bread to the sower and bread to the eater. When you sow a seed in, it goes what? It sprouts up, but it takes what? A period of time before the plant reaches crescendo. Some plants grow faster than others. So Jacob's trouble is like what? It's like a plant. We're seeing it what? Pop up out the ground. We're in this time of Jacob's trouble now. It's in like that seedling, sapling stage now. But it's soon to what? Intensify. When you see that stem really start to grow and you see them leaves coming out, and then you get the true leaves. And then the crescendo is flowering and everything. And the crescendo is the day of Yahweh, when Yahweh Shai comes back. So this time of Jacob's trouble is going to what? Top even slavery, the middle passage, which what? The UN even described that as what? The gravest crime against humanity. You got that precept, brother?
Yep, it's Psalm 83. Did you want to start at a specific verse?
Confederate against us. Get that one.
Okay.
Got it. Got it. Throw out a slot. Take your time, brother. Take your time. All right, let me get it. UN gravest crime against humanity is middle passage, because they even voted on that. It's going to even top those times. Yep. March 25, 2026, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution officially designating the transatlantic slave trade and its brutal middle passage as the gravest crime against humanity. So they voted on that and found it to be what? The gravest crime against humanity. And Jacob's trouble is going to what? Even top that. None is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. And as I said before, Jacob is a symbolic name for Israel, Israel's trouble. All the 12 tribes will be what? Included in this day, except what? He. Who is that he here? The he is the elect, which will what? Be saved out of it. Only the elect are going to be saved out of it. But it's even going to come against, the elect, but Yahweh Shimon Shah is going to deliver his elect. You got it, brother?
Yep, Psalm 83 and verse 5.
Okay. I'll go to just start verse 1.
Okay, we'll go back up. Verse 1.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O power. That's Yahweh.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they had hate thee, have lifted up the head.
Let's see what that word for tumult is. BLB. Let's get Blue Letter Bible. Let's go to Psalm 83, verse 2.
82.
Man, I got this thing to get fixed. I need Google the original. There it is. Psalm 82, Psalm chapter 83, verse 2. Because these nations, they came to what? They came together amongst themselves to form what? To form atonement. Let's see what that word there for atonement is. Psalm chapter 83, verse 2. They have made atonement. You go to word for toma. To growl together. They the what? Conspiracy and etymology goes into what? To breathe, to come together. So they're conspiracy here. And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. That's according to these other nations. Verse 3, brother.
Verse 3. Okay, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Yep, that crafty counsel goes into what? Conspiracy against thy people. Who was thy people? Let's see. Yep, a song of Asaph. He is what? An Israelite. So who are his people? The children of Israel. And consulted against thy hidden ones. Who are the hidden ones? Who are the ones today that are least likely to be looked at as the true children of God? So-called black man, Native American Indians of North and South America, the West Indians, the Latinos, the Haitians, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, the Dominicans, the Guatemalans, the Panamanians, Puerto Ricans, the Haitians, the Negroes, so-called black man, the Negroes, plus this guy throughout all the folk calls it up and what look like the other nations. That's Jeremiah 12, verse 9. Speckled butt is like Jeremiah, if it's not 12 but 9. And you go to the book of Revelation, because the 7th chapter speaks about, that mixed multitude. That's the elect that look like the other nation. So you will have members of the elect that look like the other nations. They have come together against what? Those people, the children of Israel, to cut them off from being a nation. It was Jeremiah 12 and 9. They had consulted together against the hidden ones. We are hidden, truly. But now the truth is coming out. Verse 4.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Let us cut them off from being a nation. How do you do that? You got to take away their heritage and all that.
The language.
And the language, get that one? Discontinued from our heritage. But they also what? They want to literally cut us off, slaughter us. And they're coming back to do it again. Why? Because the devil knoweth that he hath but a short time. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. However, Hashem Yahushua is about to execute judgment upon the earth. Rejoice. The souls of the just complain continually, as the scriptures speak about. It's like it's murder. That blood is crying out, just like Cain and Abel. And Cain and Abel, that's Jacob and Esau. Cain is Esau, of course, and Abel is Jacob. Came back in the reincarnation. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, the third dimension that is under the sun. For the devil, the word there for devil in the Greek is what? Diablos, which means what? Deceiver. Who deceived the world? Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Iconoclasm. Told you that the Most High Yahweh, the only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, true children of Israel, and the angels are what? So-called white people. This man's deceiving. It's come down unto you having great wrath. Great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So Esau's going to come down with what? Great wrath, because he knoweth that what? The day of Yahweh approaches near, and his days are numbered, pursuant to the book of Job. Come on, brother. It's approaching fast. Even come so quickly, Lord Yahweh Shai. You got it?
Yeah. We'll go back.
The
I
water.
wanted to show Revelation 12 and 12.
The water, brother. It's okay.
Here we go. Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Yep. And now even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage. What is our heritage? Who we are. Who we are as a people. Our language. We're the true children of Israel. We're not so-called blacks. And the rest of these names, spooks, what did they call us Puerto Ricans? Derogatory names. Wetbacks.
Spookericans.
Spookericans were not
That's
none of that.
That's the main one.
Shall discontinue from thy heritage our language, even our clothing, even our food that I gave thee. You know that Middle Eastern food, all those seasons, paprika, spices. That's Israelite food. Of course, the other nations, they eat like that too, but that's Israelite food as well. That food be tasting good, and it's actually good for you. It's not like this westernized American deep fried chicken, greasy
That's
food,
full of salt and sugar and chemicals that kill you.
and pork and all that. Going to Revelation 18, speak about the delicacies. If you go into the Greek around in the Revelation 18, you're going to find a word in the Greek, lipos, which means what? Let's go into like the dainty foods of Babylon. Dainty foods, go into like deep fried foods. So in ancient Babylon, you say, well, let's get something dainty. They could have what? Deep fried the food, took it out, and that's going into what? The delicacies of Babylon. It's not good for you. That I gave thee shall discontinue. All right. And now even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. They have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. That is why what? These other nations was what? Able to come against the children of Israel without the Most High, Yahweh by Shema Shai, just cutting them off and fighting against them. That the name of Israel may be no more Israel, us being in remembrance amongst ourselves, as a whole nation that did get cut off, but now we're waking back up, pursuant to the book of Revelation, chapter 11, standing upon the feet, beginning with the elect. Because before that, we was what? Spiritually dead. We were simple, pursuant to the book of Proverbs. If you wander out of the way of understanding, you are what? In a congregation of the dead, pursuant to the book of Proverbs. Verse 5, brother.
Verse 5. Let me go. Psalm 83. Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are a confederate against thee.
They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Get that in Second Ezra's whole Asia. Thou art up to take it with the hope Babylon. Because these Moabs, they're what? They're working with these Edomites. But as you see now, what? These Moabites is what? Coming against these Edomites now, pursuing to what? Babylon the Great. How do we see that? You see Iran, Ezekiel 38, which is who? Ezekiel 38, Persia. The Moabites, so-called Chinese, is what? Helping the Persians now against what? Babylon the Great and the least of the flock, which is what? The land of the small house, the state of Israel, established in 1948 with that Balfour Declaration Treaty. These are not the true people. But at one point, they was what? They was more in unison with Babylon, America. But now they're coming against the so-called white man. Now, as you see, and that's prophecy pursuing the Obadiah. Thou art greatly despised amongst the heathens. Talking about America. You got it?
Yep. Second Ezra 15 and 46. And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon and art the glory of her person.
Yeah. And now Asia, part of Asia is what? China. As New York would say, like China. That are partaker of the hope of Babylon, the hope of America, and are the glory of her person. So you might say, well, we see them coming against Babylon now, but these robots, they're going to come against what? The true children of Israel. Esau got robots like this as well. And don't be surprised, you see these robots taking Jacob out and even where? In China. Because Jacob's trouble, wherever Jacob is, they're going to be what? In the time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob has been in trouble, yes, throughout time and time again, middle passes, 70 AD and all that, but the time of Jacob's trouble is what? We're in that now, but in the beginning stages, like a plant in the seedling stage. We have not gotten up, it sprouts up real quick, and you get the flower. However quick the Most High have it sprout up and the rest of it. Most High know the detail. I know a bean plant, you see it come out the dirt. It comes out like this, literally. You see it's like, oh, a bean dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they go to dirt, comes out like this. Overnight, that thing be like this. Speaking from experience, them beans come up quick. So wherever Jacob is, you see they got the robots where? In China. China. For this. Verse 6.
Verse 6, we're going back. Stop here.
It's all good.
Verse 6, right here. Okay. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes.
The tabernacles of Edom. Who is Edom? The so-called white man. The word Edom goes into what? Being red. And the Ishmaelites, so-called Arab man. But who of Moab? Who is the Moabites? The Moabites is the so-called China man. And you see they got robots. So you Israelites even in China, I'm gonna go through 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hagarenes. Go to 7, brother.
7. Gebel and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre or Tyre.
Gibor and Ammon. Ammon is who? The so-called Japanese. Amalek is who? The small hats in the state of Israel. Yeah, 1945 for the directory. The Philistines, so-called Hamites, the true Wakandans. That's the African Africans. That's not the Israelites in Africa. You know, a lot of Ethiopians, they can go back to what? Being true children of Israel. Why? You know, we fled to the west coast of Africa from 70 AD from the siege of Jerusalem. So now you got a lot of Israelites amongst the inhabitants with the Hamites. Those are Philistines go back to Hamites. You know, those indigenous tribes of Africa, you know, with the lip rings and all that. Those are Hamites. Those are not the children of Israel. They're not. Verse 8.
Ashur also is joined with them. They have Hopen, the children of Lot, Selah.
Ashur also is joined with them. They have Hopen, the children of Lot, Selah. Lord willing. 9.
Yeah. Okay, verse 9. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sarah, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison. I think this one just went out.
And it didn't give no signal it was going to go out. That was on. Next verse.
Okay.
I got it. I'm putting it.
10. Which perished at Endor. They became.
So what did the Most High do to them? He destroyed them. Nobles real quick.
11. Their nobles like Oreb and like Zeb, yea, all the princes of Zeba and as Zalunma.
So the Most High destroyed their nobles, you know. I don't want to say his name, but Pete, you know, their nobles. And the rest of it, you know, you got your presence and the rest of it, the nobles. You got the kings and you got the nobles and the rest of them, you know, into the, you know, the govern, the people that govern, you know, the nation. Keep going.
12. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of power in possession.
The houses of the power and possession, yeah.
Possession.
Yeah, keep going.
All my power, make them like the stubble before the wind.
Yeah, it's a stubble before the wheel does what? It rolls away. It don't come back. And I stubble before the wind. Ah, yes, my campfire's done. I got stubble. The wind just blew it down, never to be seen again. How you gonna be? Malachi 4:1 goes into that. Keep going.
As the fire burnt, 14, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the fire burneth the wood, that wood don't come back. The flame what? Consumes the wood in its entirety. Nothing but ashes. And the ashes and the stubble goes what? It blows away in the wind. As a flame sets the mountains on fire, what's going to do that? ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, going to do what? Set the mountains on fire, literally. And even the governments, mountains could be like unto governments in the scriptures. They're going to burn it down, melt it down. Scriptures speak about that. The hills melt like wax before the presence of the Lord, the power of the whole earth. And the word there for hills is mountain, har in the Paleo Hebrew. 15.
Okay. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm.
What's the tempest? That's Isaiah chapter 66 from the 15th verse. That's the chariots. Behold, Yahweh come with chariots like a whirlwind it speaks about. That's Yahweh Shai coming in the name of the Father. Yahweh's going to send his son Yahweh Shai to come like a tempest, a severe storm. And the ICM is going to what? Bring a destroying wind, which is literally a storm, a tempest, a wall of fire, and make them afraid with thy storm. ICBMs, all that. 16.
Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord Yahweh.
Yep. The whole earth is going to know the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. The name of the Father. That's in the book of Romans. Keep going.
17. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea.
Yeah, let's get Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, who was modern Pharaoh, president of Babylon the Great, 47. Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that might throughout all the earth. Nothing new in the sun, Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 18. There is nothing new in all the world. Oh, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Last brother.
17. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. Verse 18. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Yeah, we reached that 26 mark there. So is that everything you want to bring up, man?
That was everything.
All right. On that note, Shalom. Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Lechak, Barak Yahushai. Shalom.
Shalom.
Devante El Jimenez, great Muslim. Shalom. Shalom. The power of the battery went out, so Lord willing, we got the screen recording, All right. Shalom.